All right, what's up, guys? So gold did flush that 3260 level. Very nice. We went all the way down to 3200. We bounced decently from there. I guess that makes sense, but would have liked to see a lower close. So far today, we've retested 3260, now acting as resistance. So far, so good. All makes sense. I would prefer gold to be lower. Of course, I want gold to come all the way down because I want to buy back more gold and silver stocks. That's the whole point of this whole move that I'm looking forward to, which so far has started, because I trimmed too much and I want to buy back. But do we go below yesterday's low of day? Very hard to imagine that. I would welcome that, of course. I just don't want a daily close above 3260. Anything's possible, etc., etc. But so far, so good. I'd like to see it come back down again. And now silver. Silver is really following the markets more than anything. Not perfectly, but if it's between gold and silver, I have to admit silver is sort of it's still tied between both, but very, very much influenced by the markets, a bit like copper. But that came down. But look at that bounce though from yesterday. Because okay, gold bounced, so silver bounces, but the markets had an up day. So silver, yeah, it was a red day, but not that much at all, right? And like look, down not even 1%, whilst gold was down more than double. So normally when gold's down, 1%, 2%, silver would be down way more, like two and a half times. So silver's still stuck between both. I can't imagine the markets going up much more. So I think the markets want to come down. I really do. And I think gold wants to come down. Although normally gold would go up if the market goes down, but I just feel like gold needs to come down just independent of everything else. So I think we might have a rare moment where we see gold and the markets come down, and that would take silver down definitely. So I'm looking forward to lower prices in both metals. So let's look at the markets real quick because they've come up. Yes, they took out the S&P at least, but that's not the best candle, little shooting star. I think we can go back down again. Dow Jones still stuck, didn't take out its descending. Russell still didn't do that. And also, if we look at the DAX, for example, other European markets, look how much they've come up. Ridiculous stuff. The FTSE, the British, just such a huge move, and they should be encountering resistance. So the yields, I'm going to leave that for now. I feel like, you know, gold, silver, and the markets overall should drop more. I hope gold doesn't start to move up just because the market's going down. It will want to do that, but I just feel like it needs a little bit of a flushed lower. What does that do about miners? It means miners go lower. GDXJ, what did it do? It closed the gap perfectly. Did I nibble? Yes, I did. I'll go into that. That was GDXJ. GDX opened below this zone. That's actually what I thought would happen, but there you go. Can we go lower? Yes, we do. Down to 46. Down to 46. That's the next level I see. GDXJ, by the way, next level. Nothing obvious. I could say 56, but just nothing obvious. Obviously, we're not going to go down to 53 in one go, but I don't see any completely obvious level. Maybe between 55 and 56, there's something. SIL J, look at that. Perfect. Just like GDXJ, no? Kind of just like GDX. Anyway, close the gap definitely. Absolutely perfect on the technicals again. Down we go. This one can come down quite a lot. Again, if the markets and silver come down, this thing will move down. I don't know if we get all the way down here, but you're all the way back where we were before the huge rally in gold. That would be what a buying opportunity that would be actually. SIL, yeah, I thought that would have closed the gap too, but if we have another move down in the markets or in silver or both, regardless of what gold does, I'd expect SIL to close this gap. But again, I feel like we're going to get all three, gold, silver, and the markets lower, and therefore obviously the miners. We've never seen those three all go in the same direction for several weeks, but I feel like it needs to happen. Overall, it will happen, one day one of them's up a little bit, but then next day that same one is down a lot. And just if you zoom out over 5 days, I think all three will come down. It's just about how gold reacts to when if the market starts to really have a big down day, like -3% in the S&P. Is gold really going to be down that day? Anyway, what's important is the miners because that's what I want to buy lower, and that's what I nibbled on yesterday. Newmont. Yes, I did. I was out actually outside. I didn't buy the best low of day price, but I don't know. It was sunny and I was just in a good mood, so I nibbled on some new one. Forgot where 51 something, not the low of day, but just a small nibble. I really want another drop, and that's where I'll start adding my first decent amount. Newmont was a small nibble, 51 point something. Nice to see that come down. Barrick Gold, yes, nibble. It was in the 18s. I just nibbled on general principle. If that comes down to 1750, that will be a strong nibble, regardless of what's going on in the markets. Like, regardless if I feel like miners are going to come down again. On general principle, I'll add that. Next level, obviously, is going to be the horizontal low down here. But yeah, nibbled on that. Agnico, nibbled on that. I could have got that cheaper even after hours. Yeah, I got it at 113. No, yeah, I think I got it at 113. Not the best price, but whatever. It's Agnico. Any buy price is a good price. Pan America, yes, of course, that's a beautiful thing to see. It's come down a lot more. It's underperforming SIL. It's a great, great stock, one of my top five for sure. And I just saw it. I just 24 something, but one more drop, another buy. I'm just gonna buy this constantly, this one. So that's nice to see. That will definitely come down more if silver drops, if the markets drop. Wheaton, I nibbled that, but not with such enthusiasm because it's not down that much. It's so high up. A very, very weak nibble. It was just kind of across the board I nibbled. I forgot, there's like two or three stocks I didn't. But that was nice to see. Franco-Nevada, that was a bad buy, Franco-Nevada. I nibbled early and then it closed at low of day. Again, I wasn't in front of my screens. I was just buying in the sunshine. Small stuff. So next level, yeah, so it's closed at one level. Next level will be down here. They're all there. All the levels are there. Metallic didn't nibble this one. Shouldn't surprise you. Another retest of the descending. It's perfect. It touches it, and then it's still a down day, but it wasn't down that much compared to the others. The others have got 3, 4, 5%. Metallic, not even two, which is surprising. I feel like it's outperforming a little bit. This is uncharacteristic of Metallic, but touching the descending, you're waiting for that little curl and go back up. But I'm not buying. It's just, I've been disappointed countless times already. Silver stocks, wow. First Majestic. Nibbled this one. High fives. Small stuff down here. Big, big chunk will be done. I will be buying nicely down here. Now that takes a big drop in silver or the markets. And I don't think it matters what gold does. But just looking at First Majestic independently, and you got to do that sometimes. 520, just above 520 is a massive buy zone. That's looking pretty promising. How much of a drop does that need from where we closed? 10%. Yeah, that's difficult, but maybe on a -8% move, I'd do it. Fortuna, nibble this one very light. Not enthusiastic about that because it's very high up. I'm looking for a move lower down here, but this one's been strong, so it all makes sense. CDE. I didn't buy CDE because I already have a bigger position in CDE compared to the other silver stocks, but I have to admit it wasn't down that much and it's come down a lot and it's much lower than the others and I'm just feeling like CDE is probably a bit of a buy because it's outperforming and not dropping as much as the others. When you see 4 or 5% down days in the other silver stocks and CDE is down like not even three, it's suggesting that it's probably hit a bit of a bottom independent of everything else. Obviously, if silver drops and markets drop, it'll go down, but that might be worth a small nibble now and then more later. I've got these. This is now a new zone. You can see it's hit it twice, but didn't buy it, surprisingly. It was one of the stocks I didn't buy, but just noticed there's a bit of relative strength there. Heckler, yeah, I think I bought this zone. I remembered the level, 546 or something. Just small nibble, looking for another move down. Definitely will come down if silver the markets come down. EXK, surprisingly enough, this is one I didn't buy, and it's just because I forgot or I was mobile, literally mobile on the mobile, and didn't have time. I had to move at that point, but I was thinking after hours, maybe I should complete the picture and nibble some of this so that I've nibbled all of them, at least the ones that should be nibbled, but didn't do it. Looking forward to another drop. I'm hoping it drops, and then it's a serious buy because we're back down at absolute low levels, regardless of why the stock is down. It's just so, but did close at low of day. It does look like it wants to go lower, but we need gold to be red and the markets to be red. But we need, honestly, I feel like we need the markets to be red more than gold for the silver stocks to be red, but depends what silver does more than anything else. And I think silver follows the markets. Silver should be red. I expect it to be red today, actually, after gold's done testing its ceiling at 32.60, isn't it? Max Silver, nice to see that. Yeah, this one I nibbled, but I probably wish I didn't because it's very obvious that this one's going to come down, close below this support. I think I bought at the support, but whatever. Down it comes, next level just below 14. I expect that. Nice down day, minus 5%. Next, Aris Mining. Didn't touch that. It's just way too high, but it's so strong. I expected it to at least test down here on a big drop in gold because it's a gold stock and gold was the one that was down a lot. Didn't do that. Down like 3%, which is nothing. It's just consolidating at absolute highs, ready for another breakout to complete its move to six or even above six. Very strong stock. I expect this to go to six soon. Didn't buy it. I am Gold did buy it. Bought it, forgot where. Somewhere in the high sixes, obviously. Um, I think it looks good. I think this is a good buy zone. I think the only way it goes down here is if there's a big drop in gold, which I would welcome, and then I'd buy just above six. But bought this zone. This is a very good stock, and we were just at 850. So from 850 to 650, quite the drop. Right from the absolute high to the absolute low of the move, 20%. That's worth it. B2 Gold did not buy it. I just feel like other stocks are better. Um, just don't carry that jurisdictional risk. And anyway, I would want to buy this if it's in the mid high twos, not three. And it did close around support. So any drop in gold in this one, you can definitely get cheaper. Equinox, I did nibble quality stock, but I'm looking forward to another move. Look at that, completely lost its support. I literally bought in the middle of no man's land. I know it's going low. I just bought on general principle. Very light stuff, minus 5%. So next level 620. That's a little nibble. This is the huge nibble. I don't know if we get here, but there's double support. This is a huge support zone. So yeah, SPSW didn't touch it. This is a special one. I want big moves before I buy or sell. That's it. Let's see. It's Friday. I would really want another down day in the metals just because I want to buy it, of course. But it's difficult to call what happens to gold if the market goes down. Well, gold should go up, but silver, what does silver do? It's I think I don't know. I don't know. But then silver stocks, I feel like they are red if the market's red. And if the market's down a lot, everything's red. Gold stocks, silver stocks, everything. Let's not forget that. Even though we've seen gold rally like crazy, I'm talking about a minus 3, 4, 5% day in the markets. Like a Nikkei Eagle is down 6%. Everything's down. I would love one of those days, but I don't think that's coming. But I expect a red day in the markets. Let's see. Good luck.